Blake Masters may know the answer. He's a very smart guy, CEO of Teal Capital. He's a Senate candidate in Arizona. We're rooting for him. He joins us tonight. Blake Masters, thanks for coming on. So you watched that video. What's your first reaction to it?
Oh my gosh. Well, Tucker, that video is shocking, but it's not that surprising, right? Criminals feel emboldened today because our system emboldens them. You know,
Yes.
A recent story for you out here in Arizona. Tyler Moldovan is a 22-year-old Phoenix police officer. He was recently attacked by a violent felon. Tyler was shot 8 times. Now, amazingly, he survived, so let's all pray for a miracle recovery. But Tucker, what was a 7-time repeat felon doing out on the streets of Phoenix that night? Like this thug who shot Tyler, he was sentenced to 22 years in prison in 2017, but they let him out after just 3 years. And you know, that's not an isolated incident. We are seeing a nationwide crime wave under Joe Biden. In Phoenix, homicides up 50%. In my hometown of Tucson, homicides up 87% since 2019. You know, it feels like our cities are becoming ever more like Detroit or Baltimore or Portland, you know, these horribly dystopian urban hell zones. I mean, it seems bad.
Well, it's the equity agenda, and it results in murder. So you got to wonder, who are the people who support this? I mean, I honestly, as a matter of faith, don't think most Democratic voters support this.
Well, the thing to remember is it's not just low-level crime, right? You got to look at who's in charge. Look at the people at the top. Look at Joe Biden. Biden violates the Constitution like every single day, you know, and that's the highest law of our land. And so this culture of lawlessness, it's propped up by powerful Democrats and by bad people like George Soros, right? Soros funds all these left-wing DAs, and you get these DAs into office and they don't want to arrest anybody because that would be racist. I mean, Tucker, we've got criminals thriving at the bottom of our system because we've got criminals running it at the top.
It's such a good point. I mean, if the President of the United States violates federal law every single day in importing people illegally from other countries into ours without consent of the governed, then why should you even pause before stealing from Louis Vuitton?
Well, exactly. And, you know, the thing to really watch out for here is the weaponization of our justice system. The left has just completely weaponized it, right? If you were a BLM activist in Minneapolis in June of 2020, you could burn down a police precinct and nothing would happen to you. But if you were in the Capitol on January 6th and you step over the line, you are hunted down and treated as a terrorist, right? Or look at how they're going after President Trump. And now his family, these left-wing DAs, they want to prosecute the Trumps. Not because they did anything wrong, they didn't, but because he led the MAGA movement and that terrifies them. So this political retribution, it's got to stop. We cannot let these left-wing psychopaths get away with this.
I agree with that. Blake Masters, great to see you tonight. Thank you.
Thanks, Tucker.